guys, welcome back to Samara Builds. Today I am talking about something that I really did build, a big thing for me. A lot of the things I'll be doing are kind of small, and this, in the grand scheme of things, is also not that big, but for me it was a big deal. It's this wall behind me. My sister and I moved into a house that's 100 years old, and we're renting, and the basement was unfinished. And so my landlord gave me permission to build my bedroom. It took a lot of work to get this wall together and a lot of time. And so by the time I moved into my room, I had done a bad job on the drywall compound. And I was just kind of like wanting to get in my space before I really fixed it. So it just kind of sat here as just like an ugly wall for a long time. And then I got some water damage happen in my room, and I decided to make the most of it and use the time that I had to move everything out of my room to fix the wall. And as you will see, I about lost my darn mind. But obviously, ultimately, it's worked. So watch along to learn what to do and probably mostly what not to do. Okay. There we go. I knew it would just come off once I got it started. This is so satisfying. Oh, just perfect. So when I initially worked on this wall, I used paper tape and I replaced it with this stuff. The paper made it really warbly. Is that a word? I don't know. Where I really liked this. So going forward, if I do drywall again, this is what I will be using. Okay, so typically when you have a drywall wall, it's abutting against another drywalled wall, but we decided to keep these walls cement. First of all, I like the texture of it. I think it's really cool, and this was gonna be easier. But there is a crack where obviously the drywall can't fit perfectly with all the cracks of the cement. So I'm gonna be using this stuff to fill in that crack. I do need to give it a little bit of time to dry, so I'm gonna get to this right away. First, I'm just going in and cutting out big chunks. It doesn't need to be pretty at first. I just want to get the bulk of it out of the way. And then I can go in with my straight razor and like clean it up a little bit better and get it more snug to the drywall.
Here's how it looks after cutting away all of that foam with that straight razor. And then here is how it looks after the first round of drywall compound. Notice I went on both sides of the wall. Here I start using a wet sanding sponge. The professionals seem to not like the wet sanding sponge, but I personally like using it in combination with dry sanding, and I feel like it especially gets these areas where the screws are in the drywall really well.
So I have more water coming into my bedroom. My landlord tried to fix the problem by like sealing it along the floor and wall, but that's not working. I woke up this morning and there's more water. When this initially happened, I had to cut out half of the pad under the carpet in my bedroom. But now, so I'm feeling really disheartened and frustrated. I've put so much work, effort, time, energy into this room. And like lately, I've been working on this wall and really trying to get it perfectly smooth and like fix all my mistakes. But now I'm like, why did I I just am like, what? I'm not gonna put any more effort if it's gonna keep being water in here. I need to go process my feelings. I'm gonna journal about it. I'm going to go work out. And then I'm gonna hit other crafts and projects today that bring me joy. I'm working with the landlord. We're gonna try to figure this out. Hopefully he can bring in a professional that can actually really fix the problem. So that's where I'm at today. Okay, so all the carpet is pulled out of my bedroom now. I had to get rid of all of the padding because of the extra water that came in. And I was quite discouraged and I took a break from working on anything, but today I'm back. I'm hitting the other side of this wall today. I filled in this gap with the great stuff, gaps and cracks stuff again. It's dry, so I'm gonna cut that off. I didn't do as bad of a job on this side, so I don't have as much to fix, but just a couple little things that I'm hitting with more joint compound.
Now that the joint compound is dry, I'm going in with a dry sander and sanding it down until it's as smooth as I can get it. Like I said, I do like using a combination of the two. So here I am with the dry sanding. And then I always make a note to clean up in between every single time, just so that mess doesn't get out of hand. And then I'm going in with my wet sanding sponge. I also like that it does pick up all of the dust that the dry sanding sponge left me with. So it just helps, once again, keep things clean.
Finally, time to paint. At least this side. That side, still doing some work on. But I'm excited. Let's get to it.
I'm using a multi-surface primer from the brand Claire. I like it because it's zero VOC. And like I said, it's multi-surface. So I used this all over my room. Concrete, ceiling, everywhere.
You guys, this is primer. This is primer all over this wall. I'm so excited. I've been working on this wall for so long, like way longer than you guys even know about. Just the whole thing. It's been a very long, emotional process, and I'm getting closer to being done, and this is like a big step. It already looks so much better. I'm so happy. Okay, so this is what you can expect for your first time doing drywall. The drywall part is easy. Putting that up, you just make your guy friends do most of it, and you feed them sandwiches and treats. And it was a big pain in the butt, actually. That was not fun because my house is 100 years old, so the floor is not even, the ceiling is not even, and the walls are not even. Like, they're not straight at all in any way. It took forever. Anyways, you get it all up, and then you watch, some YouTube tutorials from professionals of how to do the drywall compound. And they're just like, you just slip it on like this, and you let it dry, and you sand it a little bit, and you just do these graceful motions, and it looks perfect. And you're like, okay, I can do that. And you start doing it, and you're like, all right, well, this isn't that easy, but it's like, okay, I'll just sand this out, I'll buff it out. No, you have to do like 7 different times of putting joint compound down, letting it dry, sanding it down, and you realize there was a big air bubble and chunks, and then you just keep doing it forever, and then you cry, and through your tears, you get the strength to do it one more time, and you're like, hey, you know what? This is actually looking good, finally. It seems super flat and even, feeling good, looking good. You slap up a coat of paint, and then you realize you did a shit job, and it looks terrible, but you just don't care anymore, and you're just like thinking about, okay, what piece of art or, decoration can I put right there to cover it? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Again, I'm using a paint by the brand Claire. The paint is called Eggshell White. They have so many beautiful colors. I may have picked another color had I not been renting, but this eggshell white is the perfect background for so many of my decorations and paintings. And I just love the way that the paint looks great on every surface of my bedroom because there's a ton of surfaces. Now I'm considering filling this gap between my wall and the ceiling with either hardwood or baseboard.
All right, my walls are fully painted. Are they perfect? No. Am I still so excited? Does that tell you? That's a yes. I'm so stoked. And now I'm just gonna get everything moved back into my room. I don't have carpet yet, but that's a whole other thing. I'm excited. Let's get to it. So now my wall is completely done. Obviously, I have my artwork put up, all my clothes are back, and it's not perfect. It's really not, but I'm really happy with it. And I'm so excited. And it's like, it's not perfect, but I did it. So I'm really proud of it. Eventually, my landlord's gonna permanently fix the issue with the leaking water, and then I'll have to move everything out again and put it back. But for now, I'm just like so happy to be back in my space. I'm getting my artwork up that I love. I'm just really making it my own, which is what I encourage everybody to do everywhere. Because I am renting, everything's put up with command strips, and I will be putting up a command strip hack video soon because I'm really good at command strips and I use them all the time. And if there's one thing in this world I'm a professional at, it's putting together an outfit and command strips. So I guess I'm a professional at two things. So yeah. My visions for this wall when I first was putting it up was actually to put velvet wallpaper on the walls. And I'm still considering that. What are your thoughts on that? If I do it, I'll definitely post a video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you would do differently. Again, let me know velvet wallpaper or no. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.